Welcome back to the Mercury Reggaeton Challenge. This is day number 7. When I was meditating with Spirit about what today's challenge is going to be, they specifically wanted me to focus on crying ceremonies, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. For those who are new to the challenge, we're doing a Mercury retrograde challenge until September 15th, which is when Mercury retrograde ends. Feel free to do any other past challenges whenever you feel called to. There's also going to be additional live streams, and there's going to be additional challenges on Patreon, so keep an eye out for that. The link for that will be in my bio. So for today, let's talk about crying ceremonies, why they're important, why they're helpful. This is one of the focuses that Spirit wanted me to focus on for today as we build into this really powerful full moon in Pisces that's happening in a couple of days, especially because this full moon is in water. The water element is a really big part of a crying ceremony because you are actively working with your water within your body. But crying ceremonies can be a very, very cathartic form of release. It's also very healing in nature when you allow yourself to let the excess water that you have built up in your body just flow through. Because your body is such a high percentage of water, and because water is the element that we use to connect with spirit, when your own individual spirit has an excess of overwhelming emotion, frustration, anger, when you're processing a lot of things that are triggering you emotionally, how you reflect matters. And so similarly to how you will put water as an offering for your ancestors, your spirits in their altar spaces, when it comes to your own physical body, and water offerings in that context are actively used when it comes to you hydrating and continuing to give yourself water and maintaining the water within your body, same as you would change the water in your ancestral altar often, right? Well, water tends to absorb a lot of energies. It can absorb a lot of the emotions within a moment, within a situation. It can absorb a lot of trauma. And so when we get to the point where we need a really nice crying ceremony, it's very, very healing. It's a very, very healing experience. And so for today's challenge, we're going to be focusing on a crying ceremony. A lot of the times people think their spiritual practice is very linear, but the truth of the matter is that it can zigzag, it can kind of loop-de-loop, it can come back around, it can go all over the place. It's not a straight line. And so when it comes to your spiritual journey, when it comes to your own journey in life, sometimes, you take 3 steps back before you get to take 5 steps forward in the future. During that process of that loop-de-loop and those circles and that, reverse, right, that we get triggered into, we pick up a lot of different energies. And this is why your physical body tends to hold on to a lot of that tension within the body when it comes to the water element. So when you feel compelled to cry, and if this whole entire time, this Mercury retrograde, you've just been kind of sitting with yourself and just trying to stay strong and put on a face, and we're gonna dive into glamour magic and all of those things in some of the future challenges, but we do have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, especially on a season, Virgo season, which is very focused on healing, and especially as the full moon built up into the energy of Pisces, which is a state of reflection. And sometimes when you reflect with the energy of water, you have to cry. You have to release it. It's just something that your body needs to release the excess of water, the excess of emotion, the excess of the pain, to release it through your tears. So the challenge for today is to release excess energy through a crying ceremony. Crying ceremonies are very, very simple to do. You can literally sit at your altar space to do this, especially if you need a comforting touch. You can call on your angels, you can call on your guides, you can call on your ancestors, you can call on whoever you want to call on. You can sit in front of the altar of whomever you want to be in front of. It really doesn't matter. However, you do have to set the intention of saying, hey, I really need to release this pent up energy. Give me strength. Let me release what needs to be released. Help me cleanse and clear my body from these emotions, from this weight that I have on me, all of those things. You're going to state that, and then you're going to let yourself feel everything that you need to feel and allow it to come through your eyes. It's really important to hold crying ceremonies regularly, semi-regularly, due to the fact that your eyes are where the water is coming out of, and your eyes is a very important space when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your discernment, when it comes to your spiritual abilities, right? We have like the third eye right here, right? So your eyes need to be very fluid. They need to be able to continuously see what needs to be seen, feel what needs to be felt, and your spiritual abilities need to not be blocked by the things that are going on within your life. So it's important for you to keep this area and the flow of your physical body as smooth and as clear as possible. So allowing yourself to cry is such a therapeutic thing, not only for your body, but for your minds. You will notice that when you cry, your head feels a lot clearer as well. You feel a weight off your shoulders, a weight off your chest. Even if it's like the thing is not fully resolved, it doesn't matter. It's still a healing experience. And that is the whole point of doing a crying ceremony. So that is the challenge for today. I hope you guys, it's definitely not probably the funnest challenge, but it's definitely necessary. So I hope you guys take the time to sit with yourself, sit with your spirit, and just allow yourself to release it. Send it to the ethers, send it to the ancestors, send it, transmute it if you want to, it's up to you. But just allow yourself to flow through the energy and let it go.